Fit in 10 Nation, it is day 19, and you should have all booked your body fat scans with me by now, which you have not. There's still about half of you who have not booked your body fat scans. Listen, I sent out 2 emails, one yesterday, one the day before, and in each of those emails I provided you with a link to your to the area where you can get your body fat scan, or where you can make your appointment for your body fat scan. Okay, I'm running the scans Sunday through Tuesday. You'll see the available times. Of course, it's going to be in the mornings. And you want to avoid things like eating before the scan, hard exercise. Well, they say 24 hours, but I know that's hard to do, okay? Try to do 24 hours. Close to 24 hours. Try to use the washroom before your scan. No metals on your body. Minimal clothing. Okay, so no thick, heavy clothing. And no alcohol. You shouldn't be having alcohol anyhow. And no caffeine beforehand, okay? You can drink water. That's fine. Okay? But like I said, empty stomach. All right? Okay. Listen, I posted my food that I ate for the day. I put it in my log. I think I did this on Friday, and I posted it in the Facebook group. I didn't get any comments on it, which is fine. I just wanted to put it out there just in case you guys wanted to see what I do. I realize I am not maybe the best source because I'm pretty basic on what I eat. But maybe you wanted to see that day I had 3,200 calories. That is a typical day for me. I have 2 days during the week where I do about 3,600 calories. And those are on days where I'm training my back or my legs, so those are larger muscle groups. They're more energy demanding, so I give myself a little more energy. And my food's already low. Yeah, 3,200 calories for me is pretty low. And I also give myself 1 cheat meal a week, and that adds in on that day, honestly, probably at least another 1,500, probably maybe 2,000 calories. My cheat meals are pretty piggy, yes. All right. Shopping trip. You guys want to go on a shopping trip? Let me know. We'll go to Costco, or we can even go to a local grocery store. We can run through some foods. I want you to ask me about some foods. I'm assuming if I do it on video, which is fine, I can do. If I don't have one of you with me, there may be a lot of foods that I miss out on because I don't typically buy them. But maybe you do, and you want to see if they're a good choice or not. All right, so let me know. Okay, listen, I apologize to this person. I missed a lot of your questions. You asked me these questions maybe a week ago, and I'm not sure how I missed a lot of them. So let me address some of them. Comments. This person said, finding foods that do not put me over the recommended daily volume of cholesterol and sodium. I am now watching this very closely. I don't know if you have an issue with your sodium or your cholesterol. If you don't, then I wouldn't worry too much about it, okay? Sodium is an essential mineral in the body. It's needed to regulate dozens and dozens and dozens of cellular activities. It's important for nerve conduction. It's important for hydration. It's important for maintaining a healthy adrenal system. And your body can regulate this. If you have too much sodium, your body will excrete it. If you have too little, your body's going to hold it. So, I've never really understood where this sodium thing came from. I think it came from, a small segment of the population that suffers from high blood pressure, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I load up on sodium, and I buy things that are high in sodium. If they don't have sodium in them, then I will not buy them. I mean, if they're supposed to have sodium in them and the sodium was removed. Okay? There's nothing wrong with sodium, and there's nothing wrong with cholesterol. There's nothing wrong with dietary cholesterol. Okay? And there's no mechanistic data, and I think I've mentioned this before, there's no mechanistic data to suggest that cholesterol intake raises your cholesterol, or that saturated fat raises your cholesterol. There's no evidence, okay? This all came about from a study in the 1950s by Ancel Keys, where he made a correlation between people who had a higher saturated fat intake and then they had higher bad cholesterol levels in their blood. So he made a correlation, which correlation is not causation, as we all know, or we should know by now. But also, he didn't include all the countries. He only included 7 of the 22 he studied. So why did he mention the other 15? It's because they didn't support what he wanted to believe. All right, so there is, but that study still carries through till today. People are still wary of their cholesterol. Like, you know, in over 80% of the mechanistic type studies they've done, so where they're putting people in metabolic wards, they're controlling their diet, they're monitoring their cholesterol levels, you know, over months, and they're feeding them, you know, specific foods. In over 80% of the cases, when saturated fat was raised, or cholesterol, or dietary cholesterol was raised, there was no increase in bad cholesterol in the bloodstream, like none. There was no, you know, there was a small segment where that did happen, but, you know, this was also, these people were also responding to high cholesterol from like more sugar and more, you know, like more calories in general. So, you know, anyways, I'm not a doctor, okay? You probably know that I'm not a doctor. Well, if you didn't know, I'm not. But I do look at what the most recent data is telling us, okay? And hopefully your family doctor is doing the same, because they only know what they've been told. They're not doing studies. So, anyways, just keep an open mind. Look into these things. If you have an issue, that's different. If you don't, I wouldn't worry about it, okay? Listen, this is something that people ask me a lot about. Not this specific brand, but coffee, all right? These are coffee beans. I like to grind my own coffee sometimes when I have the time, but it's usually fresher when you grind it. It is fresher. But people wonder if it's, you know, is it healthy? Is it unhealthy? Should I drink it? Should I not? And, you know, the only thing I really want to say about this is if you're drinking, well, there's a few things I actually want to say, but if you're having a lot of caffeine in your diet, like just in general, a lot of caffeine, then that's, you know, that's not really good for your adrenal system. But if you're having a few cups of coffee a day, that's totally fine. And there's many health benefits to this, okay? Coffee is high in things like caffeic acid and chlorogenic acid. And these are very strong antioxidants that have anti-cancer properties. In particular, with breast cancer, okay, they help flushing out extraneous. They help the metabolizing and flushing out of extraneous estrogen in the body, but also for colorectal cancer, prostate cancer, a host of other cancers. Very. It's shown to have quite an effect. I think it's like a 25%. Decrease in occurrences of cancer. People who are drinking coffee, not caffeine, but actually caffeinated coffee. So it's the properties in the coffee itself. It improves cholesterol levels. Okay, so we see an increase in HDL. HDL and LDLs are not cholesterol, by the way, right? These are the proteins. These are the lipoproteins that carry around the cholesterol in the body. So we see an increase in the HDL, which is what you want from coffee. You get things like increase in power and strength and reaction time. So it's great to have before you work out. I always have it before I work out. It lowers your blood pressure. Not actually when you drink it, actually your blood pressure goes up, but over long term it lowers your blood pressure. It also helps with it helps produce nitric oxide from the endothelial cells in your blood vessels. So these are the cells that line your blood vessels. And what that does is that increases health and tissue flexibility of the blood vessel. Okay, so and that is due to the properties of caffeine, or to the properties of the actual coffee. And it elevates fat burning. Okay, so some things to keep in mind. Don't be afraid of coffee. Okay, coffee's great. All right, message of the day. What comes easy won't last long, and what lasts long won't come easy. All right, so again, what comes easy won't last long, and what lasts long won't come easy, right? So keep that in mind. Things that make a difference, things that we're really striving towards, things that are really hard for us to accomplish, they take time, and you can't expect them to be easy. This challenge is certainly no easy task, as I'm sure you're experiencing, but I'm sure it's getting easier, right? You feel like you're getting luckier and things are getting easier. All right, you guys. 10.5 minutes, terrible. I will improve upon this. But listen, these videos are very informative, are they not? I hope so. Okay? Submit, commit, do what you got to do. 3 cardiovascular workouts. 3 weight training workouts. And of course, get those numbers. Try to get all your numbers in 10%. Okay? In that 10% margin. Plus or minus 10%. Okay, you guys? Do it! You just have to do it. You got to plan and prepare and just do it, right? All right, you guys. We'll talk to you soon. See you.